Yeah, Billboard, Spain, Japan, and some other things that happened too because the record is getting warmer. So playing somewhere else. Oh yeah, we playing Hollywood New Year's Eve.
You know, I guess in the grand scheme of things, not that many dates, but you used to not really play live at all.
I know it. I just didn't want to because I didn't feel I was really qualified to do it, and I didn't have it in my heart. And I also was in the process of going a little outside my mind and didn't realize it, and psychiatrists didn't understand it. So I just had to keep going until I just worked my way through it. But there's a lot of reasons that I wasn't out there. I mean, I was asked to work a lot. When I got ready and wanted to, nobody was interested. They said, fuck it.
How are those two things related, going out of your mind and playing live?
Fucking with a minor amount of LSD in the mid-60s. 60s? Yeah, in the mid-60s. Once the motherfucker dissolves, you don't have any type of control. None. And that's kind of bad. That's why I bought a horse with a friend, and he kept telling me, come on, go out, man. I want you to at least see it. You know, it's half yours. And I went out there and took him about 10, 15 minutes to talk me into getting on the horse. And after I got on him, I didn't like him because horses have large eyes anyway. And his eyes look extra large to me. This has nothing to do with drugs. It was just, I knew that the horse was in control. I wasn't. You know, if I'd have been raised up around horses and shit, it might have been a little different. But that wasn't it. I don't know why did I tell you that little story.
You feel like at that point in your life that you were self-medicating, that you needed drugs in order to function?
Yeah, you can put it like that. That's the short form.
Was playing live something that had interested you earlier in the career? I mean, even before the Swamp Dogg days?
There was nothing but live shows and records. That's all it was.
You got into songwriting, though. That was kind of your main gig for a while. How did you end up on that side of things?
I started out on that side. The shit I was writing wasn't no good. But I didn't realize that until I became a great writer. I thought I wanted to write plays. I tried that. I had nothing about writing plays. And I'm talking now as a 7, 8, 9, 10, that type of thing, year old. And, my first recording was out when I was 12. I knew what I wanted to do way before then. I wanted to sing. I liked singing. And there was this white lady who used to come in our neighborhood, and she would give she'd have us, I think her husband was an insurance agent, and he'd park his car and start walking to people's houses. She would have us sing, Jesus Loves Me. I don't know why. Well, I guess it was, I thought we were going to kill her or some shit if she didn't give us some money. But that wasn't it. She just, That's part of my singing career that I'm talking about now, leading up to my 12-year-old thing.
Do you remember the first good song you wrote?
Yeah, I remember the first song I wrote that I thought was good. But I've had some hits that I didn't think was as good as other songs I had written. The record buying public thought it. So I just shut up.
And that's something that I talked to a lot of people about. Something I'm trying to get better in my life about is taking compliments from people, even if I don't feel like it's the best thing I've ever done.
Right.
To actually just accept the compliment and move on. Because you, when you look at your own work, when you listen to your own work, you see all the flaws.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you try to point them out to people.
They don't want to hear that.
They don't want to hear that. You've already sold them your bill of goods, and they love it. They think you're something great, and then you come in and want to destroy it, you know. And I guess but now, you know, when people come in and especially people close to you who love to hurt you any motherfucking way, and you say, hey, what do you think of this? So, hey, shit, you know. So you really don't, you're really not ready for yes or no. You know, you hate, then you said, you know, you say to yourself, they don't know, this song ain't that good. And then when they tell you a song ain't shit, you stay jealous.
Well, you want to surround yourself with people who will call you on your bullshit.
Uh-huh.
But then once you do, you get super defensive about it.
Yeah. You don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Did you like writing for other people?
Yeah, I still like writing for other people. I got a thing coming out now on Atlantic by some guy, I can't think. What's his name? Last name his first name starts with an X. He didn't really, the song runs the entire cut, but all it is a sample. But that's great. I thank God for samples. I seen old writers be talking that shit about, man, took our shit and fucked it up and we ain't getting paid and, you know, and all that bullshit. And I said, man, why don't you motherfuckers get together, get a lawyer or something, find out where the shit's coming from, and start challenging people for your money. I said, and all you got to do, you ain't got to wait to get a lawyer, because I didn't years ago. Just call the legal department. You ain't got nothing to do no way at the record company. You call the legal department and tell them so-and-so has stolen my song. Well, hell, the record company don't want to pay nobody no way. So they be glad to tell the artist, like, well, you know, we got to put a freeze on your royalties while they sending you. And we got to put a freeze on it until we find out the real truth. And, you know, I say, y'all should stop complaining about it. You're making more money you ever made in your life. Yeah, okay, so you got fucked. You know, like the first motherfucker, like Jules Bahari and motherfuckers like that. Yeah, they fucked you. It was kind of like going to school. You know, you learned from the greatest teachers in the world. You know, those motherfuckers would fuck their mama, you know, but you could learn a lot from it. And when nobody or no one has any money to invest into a project, They always do. Crooked motherfuckers keep money. All the time. And they'll beat you up, beat you out your shit. But they will put up as little as they can to get as much as they can.
You've been through the ringer more than most when it comes to record labels. You had a pretty rough spell there for a while. I mean, my understanding is that's kind of where the whole Swamp Dogg persona came from.
I don't know, the writing and the Swamp Dogg and Lil Jerry Williams really don't. Well, let's forget Lil Jerry Williams. The writing and the Swamp Dogg was not designed to depend on each other. Because if you notice on the Swamp Dogg album, I'll have 2, 3, 4 songs that don't belong to me. They're just great songs, and I wanted to do them on Swamp Dogg. My mind be going fast like a motherfucker. Or either slower than a motherfucker. I don't know what it is. And quite a lot of shit on my mind too. Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, just everyday shit. I hired an efficiency expert to straighten my shit up. Because I had, after my wife, Yvonne, passed, she had everything in order. She's a bad motherfucker. I hired people who came in and says, he moved things around. First of all, he brought a whole stack of shit in my office about like that and told me, he said, now, this was on a Friday, he said, here's your homework. So what the fuck you mean, here's my homework?
I'm paying you to
right.
do this.
And he says, well, this is, you gotta straighten this out. I said, these are the type of things that we could have and should have done together. I said, but you didn't give me no goddamn homework, And my office is still fucked up. I'm getting it together a little at a time because I've got a very vast catalog. Shit. We got what? About 1,600 songs in the publishing firm. Masters. I don't know how many masters I own, but I just made a deal for them. And, it wasn't one of those step and fetch it deals, I don't feel like they stole anything. You always think, though, once you get the money, I bet I could have got, more.
Sure.
But hey, you didn't ask for more.
Yeah.
So that's, and I'm now trying to build, since I done sold all the shit that was on different labels and shit that I owned. I'm building a new catalog, and but I'm doing it faster because I don't have the time to go through a whole lot of changes with people. I mean, time is just not on my side,
I'm sure over the decades sometimes have been thinner than others, but when you play Toronto the night of the last game of the NBA Finals and you can pack the place out with 1,000 people, you know you got something people want.
Right, but you got to get it to them. That's the thing. You got something people want, but how long do you have to sit on it, before you can get it to them, and get it to them in a way where, like, you don't lose your draws and nobody else does either. I'm working with Justin
Vernon.
I always want to call him Justin Wilson. I don't know why.
I'm sure if you did, I'm sure he would accept that as his new name.
And we talk a lot. Ryan, what's Ryan? Olson. Yeah, y'all could have done this without me.
Wouldn't have been as fun.
We talk. Matter of fact, we got a country album coming out a little before Christmas.
I want to talk about that because country's something you've been interested in.
Right. And now, okay, I've been trying to get motherfuckers to back me in some country.
You had a country hit. You didn't sing it, but you wrote it.
Yeah, she's all I got.
Yeah.
But I couldn't finally, I got them involved, Justin and Ryan, and also a bitch of an album. And I look up and I see there's a guy by the name of Kane Cook. Kane. He's black. He's on the fucking country chart. Fucking Nas is on the
Lil Nas, yeah.
Yeah, he on the damn country chart. My man from Hootie and the Blowfish. I mean, the motherfuckers turned into another rhythm and blues chart, It's like, we're going to have some shit called country and blues. Watch. Because they ain't going to let that shit keep going like that. It's like, by the way they broke it up, well, they kept blacks out of it. And we had one rep, and that was Charlie Pride. And after Charlie, there wasn't anymore. And, okay, you got Cowboy Tom or something, whatever his name is. What's his name? A black rodeo. So he sang too. I mean, he can't sing like a Charlie Pride or Daryl. What's Daryl's last name? He's sang lead for Hootie.
Oh, Darius Rucker.
Yeah, Darius Rucker. A singing motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
I love his singing. But now we got, and there might be more that I don't know about, but I know we got 5 black artists on the country chart. Now, people say there's been, a lot of, it's not really country and all that kind of shit going on. And for some reason, I know it exists, but I haven't read anything about it. I don't know, maybe because I haven't renewed my Billboard subscription. I keep seeing it sitting there in the bathroom in my book stand. When I go back home, I'll mail it off.
You got momentum right now. You've got this album out right now. People are excited about it, so this is the opportunity to finally get a chance to do what you've been wanting to do for decades now.
Right. And some of the shit on there is shit I did decades ago. Cause I was trying to cut a white boy who was country and a motherfucker. He came to me, somebody introduced him to me. Bo Terrell was his name. He had a little single one time. And he was one of the nicest guys, man. Butter wouldn't melt in his mouth. I mean, he was just wonderful. And like anything I wanted to do, he was down with it. Ryan and
Justin,
they came out to the house and stayed about 4 or 5 days. And I had to go to Spain. So they went through all my shit. I've never ever in my whole life that anyone rummaged through my songs.
Why was this different?
I don't know. It's just like you meet a girl and you've been unsuccessful with them for like 40 years, and then you meet this one and 40 days you want to go to the moon with this motherfucker, Well, that's kind of like how they are.
I mean, over the years, you've had quite a few collaborators. I mean, it seems important to you for making music to find the right partner.
Because I want some other opinion. But I'm good enough. This is ego talking now. I'm good enough that if I don't have somebody like that, I can still get the job done.
Yeah.
To my satisfaction. So they went through the songs, 3 or 4 of the songs that's on the new album came from Bo Terrell's shit. Cursing is good, isn't it?
It's a podcast. You can curse all you want.
And you can say shit, when you can't think of nothing.
Yeah, you can literally say shit, man.
Yeah.
You've been performing the Swamp Dogg for a while now. Do you feel like the kind of definition or the character of Swamp Dogg and the music has changed over the years? Or is it just sort of a kind of all-encompassing for everything that you do now?
Yeah. It's that all-encompassing. I'm no longer looking for a Swamp Dogg, and I'm not unsure anymore of who Swamp Dogg is or what Swamp Dogg stands for and why Swamp Dogg was needed in the first place. So Swamp now is just another artist that I feel, not particularly my best artist, but he does things that my other artists can't / won't do. I've enjoyed watching him grow. You hear the things that people had to say. I remember when I first became Swamp Dogg, people, why would you name yourself some shit like that? Why? I mean, damn, why you call yourself a dog? And that next thing I know, guys walking down the street, hey dog, what's going on? And they ain't talking to me, they talking to each other, And then we get Snoop Dogg, and we get all the motherfucking dogs. And my wife told me to patent the goddamn name. I should have.
Is it hard when, obviously Snoop's got his own thing happening, but is it hard when you see somebody like that who's, taking a page out of your book achieve the success that he's achieved?
No, because that's where I drop God in there. It's like everybody's basically doing what God planned for me. So why should I get all bent out of shape because Trump is president? They weren't going to ask me to be president. So fuck it.
Yeah.
No, and I managed a lot of those guys. I showed those guys the ropes.
Dre.
Yeah, and others. Now, look at Dre with a fucking $1 billion deal.
Headphone mogul. He's got everything now.
I'm thrilled for him. It's good to know rich people. Shit. I got his phone number.
When that happens, the world-class Wrecking Crew and Dre, and when you're a big part of somebody's career starting off, do they help you when you need help? When you reach out, have they helped you with your career along the way?
I haven't reached out.
Okay. You got the number, you just haven't called it yet?
You're right. The last time I saw Dre was about 5, 6 Christmases ago. Maybe more than that. Maybe about 8 Christmases ago. He was at the Northridge Shopping Center. And he was coming up off the escalator. And we stopped and we talked for every bit of 2 minutes. And called me. Okay, call me too,
Yeah.
And that was that.
Even though you're not reaching out, do you feel like at this point in your life that you're getting recognition for all those things that you had done over the years? Justin's a good example of that, right? A good example of somebody who's clearly a fan and is now working with you.
Yeah, I like that. And he has me opening for his group on certain things. And, this motherfucker does what, $300,000, $500,000 a night. You know,
he does well for himself. Yeah,
very fucking well.
Yeah,
and it doesn't affect him at all. You know, he's the kind of guy when you walk in the house, you might tell him, say, "Hey man, go buy me a pack of cigarettes," you know, like that, and throw him whatever cigarettes cost. But that's how down to earth he is. And he owns half of the town.
I recently interviewed Bruce Hornsby, and he worked with him too. The two of you are similar in that you seem like somebody who, when you like or respect an artist, you want to work with them and you want to help them get to that next level.
Yeah.
Obviously, time is precious, and as you keep going, it gets more and more precious, and you start to realize that. The country album is a good example of something that you've been wanting to do for a long time.
Right.
Is there anything else that, you know, now that you're kind of looking and now the momentum's happening, people are coming out to shows, is there anything that you feel like Swamp Dogg still needs to do?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I want to do one of those, one of those $150,000 albums that don't sell. The American songbook. Yeah,
like the Tony Bennett style.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Like Swamp Dogg sings Gershwin.
Yeah, that kind of shit. And I don't know if you heard the new album or not.
Yeah, of course.
But you heard my rendition of Stardust. It is. Mm-hmm. That's Stardust. When I think of a song like Stardust, Stairway to the Stars, or And So to Sleep Again, all that kind of shit, when I get ready to pull a performance and put together a track, I go to James Brown. And that's basically what that song is. The way I did it is a James Brown version. Like James fucked up Prisoner Love and Again and a couple more. I say fucked up, but I love them, you know what I mean? And
he like broke it and put it back together again.
Yeah. He did it his way. To me, James Brown is among the top 3, 4, I don't know what, but innovators and I'm going to even say singers and performers who really brought something to the table, like the pie has been made. And it was kind of sweet, but James knew that it needed more sugar. And James put that next little bit of sugar on it. And that's when it became his shit. Because I hear people have criticized my work ever since 70. But they still like my work. And they want to know from me, why did you do this? Why did you do that?
I'm listening to the new record. First track is a good example. It's kind of a soft ballad, but you're fucking it up.
Yeah.
There's stuff thrown in there. Like, you're clearly messing with it. So you're still doing that.
Yeah. And enjoying it. And see, Justin and those guys, that's their bag. They love that shit. So we all kind of fit together.
You're still enjoying it?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still enjoying it. I'm going to continue to enjoy it. I don't know. I just feel like I've always felt like that God had singled me out and is backing me and has backed me all through my life. Because I supposed to have been dead if you take a lot of things in consideration that's gone on in my life. I should be broke, which I have been, but before it really set in, I wasn't anymore. You know? Did you see that cartoon of, what's his name? They killed him. The cartoon got very big, but we know who he is. But if I could just give you more information. Not Saddam Hussein, but...
Bin Laden.
Yeah. The rent man was at his cave just getting ready to toss his ass out, when, he had some sort of miracle that took place via his religion and shit.
Wait, so you feel like Bin Laden? Is that what?
No. I just feel like he had something that was guiding him, because he wasn't supposed to get away with none of that shit that he did. Maybe one thing, and that would be only because he hadn't done it before. Well, yeah, I feel like every time there's a hell of a challenge, God brings me through. But I'm not getting ready to quote the Bible on you and shit, because I ain't read some of it. And half of the people who said they read it don't know what they read. They just read some shit. It's just I hope this don't offend you. I don't care, but I just feel like one of the luckiest people in the world is just like that. I mean, I give you one example. Okay, I've had several houses, but the house I live in now, which I've been in for, 22 years, I was about to lose it. And, wait a minute, Jerry, get your thought right. I was about to lose it. In the midst of losing it, the value of the house shot through the goddamn roof. I was able to borrow the money off of that and take care of this. You see what I'm saying?
Somebody's looking out for you.
Right. Yeah. That's the only, kind of money I owed, it wasn't like $1.5 million. The house is now just valued at $1 million. But at one point it was like $1.5 million right then. And I owed about 200 and some thousand. I know I call, what do you call them? They help musicians and shit out. The Grammy Association. You can, twice a year, they'll help a musician out. No matter what it is he want to do. If he feel like he has an album in him that he wants to cut that he think can really turn his career around, or if his wife is sick, he's sick, or his children, and anything, they'll help you. The old girl asked me, she said, well, how much you need, because, I'm playing it down, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, I'm getting ready to be evicted, blah, 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 and had a couple records and all that kind of shit. And she said, well, what the hell consist of? Well, that's 6 bedrooms, 5 baths, swimming pool. They said, you need to get out of there. You need to move. I said, bitch, I didn't call you to find out how to rearrange my life.
Yeah.
I want to borrow some money so I can keep my lifestyle. I like this lifestyle, goddammit. And they still ended up giving me some money, but they only gave me, I think they gave me like $5,000 and something, because first of all, my water bill was like about $1,200 alone, Jesus. Only because there was a crack in my swimming pool, and I didn't know it, but we started losing water, and we started filling it back up, and next thing you know, it's down that far. It was funny though. She said, you gotta get out of there. I said, can't you find some other place to live? I said, yeah, I can find some other place to live. I said, but with the way my credit is right now, with me being in foreclosure, I said, who the fuck wants to let me have their house? I said, I wouldn't let nobody have my house if it was me, Oh boy, these things happen to me. Records get cut that I don't know about. I'll give you this real quick. When She's All I Got came out by Tracy Bird, I get a call from a friend that I haven't heard from in 10 years, Jerry Wilson. And he said, hey, man, congratulations. I said, on what? He said, on that hit record. I said, what fucking hit record? He said, she's all like that. Jerry, I know you're an alcoholic. You still drinking your ass off now. What are the fuck you talking about? He said, Tracy Bird. You heard Tracy Bird? I said, I ain't never heard of him in my life. He said, man, you got the #1 record in the country. I said, you kidding? I run out. I was supposed to be going to the store anyway to get some onions and celery for my wife's potato salad.
I love like how specific that memory is. The other things you like just slip out, but you remember the vegetables you were picking up that day?
Yeah. So I go down there and I buy a billboard. Now, I got all this front and shit, and it was a thing of, I was like, yeah, I save change, you know. All of us do that kind of shit. So I'm going through my change to get, you know, and the fucking billboard was like at that time about $7.95 or some shit. And I bought it. Had no money in sight, not a dime. I looked, something said, check the old contracts and see what you can find out. So I pulled out my file on She's All I Got, and it hit me right in the face. What's the name of the publishing firm? Their public performance company. Since I hadn't had a hit in a while, I'm just getting little checks, you know, and I mean little checks. I looked at the date, and the son bitch had expired about a month before that. So I called him, and Dan was one of the guys that owned it. Dan and his brother, Dan bought him an island somewhere out near Ireland. They are really part of, they went with BMG. BMG took them with them to Sony. Sony took them to, let me see, there's with BMG. Anyway, I started talking to Dan. I said, Dan, you know you guys have not registered She's All I Got in our new contract. I don't see why not. I mean, we have it. I said, yeah, you got it. All right, you got it for about another week. He said, I told him, I'm trying to make this as plain as I can. I said, man, do you know I got the #1 country record? And MCA has it. So you know you're going to get your money. And he said, wait, let me go check this. He called me back. He says, Swamp, what you need? I said, I need about $250,000.
There you go. That was the legendary Swamp Dogg. His latest record, Love Lost and Autotune, is out now on Joyful Noise Recordings. Thanks so much to him. Really enjoyed that conversation. I do, however, apologize for some of the audio issues there. The mic placement was not ideal, but Swamp Dogg moves for no man. Thanks to him. Thanks to Hector at Chromatic for helping to set up that conversation. Thanks to you guys, as always, for listening to the program. If you like the show, there are a number of ways to support us. You can rate and review us on iTunes, Google Podcasts. We're on Spotify and YouTube now. Like us on Facebook. If you have any feedback, it's rwellcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Tumblr. That's rwellcast.tumblr.com. That is the first and best place to get all of your RIYL related information. And that's about all we got for this week. So stick around because we're going to be back in just about a week with another episode of RIYL.